Sir, with respect to questions to take a stand between environmentalism and development. For example, if there is a tribal area or a forest area where there are huge resources of bauxite available, and exploiting those resources can lead to development of some areas. Whereas if we go by that path, we will be causing displacement of a lot of tribals and also causing a lot of damage to environment. So in such scenarios, what was the better approach to take?
I am biased here. On this issue, I am not impartial. When a country is desperately poor, while environmental concerns should be important at the back of our mind, economic growth is more important. But growth can be managed with least damaged environment. By definition, modernity and environment don't go together, including agriculture. Agriculture itself is modernity. Agriculture itself has damaged environment. Now, are we therefore going to say no agriculture? Once we have 7.8 billion population on planet Earth, you don't have the luxury like that idiot in Sri Lanka. Whatever, what's his name? Whatever Rajapaksa he is, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, all are Rajapakshas anyway. You have seen how devastating it is. So environment is important, particularly as we grow older, my generation, we understand for your generation, environment is very critical. But you have to have a very balanced approach to environment. Technology and modernity and growth in a responsible way are the answers to environment, not opposing economic growth and technology. For instance, truly today there are fantastic answers available to global warming. And you're all, most of you from engineering background, from technology. Not saying that no power, no electricity, not Luddism. You know Luddism? Luddites? Everybody knows about that? Raise hands those who haven't heard Luddites or Luddism. A fellow called Kevin Ludd, in the wake of industrial revolution in Britain, he gathered a group of young fellows and they went about destroying the machines because the machine age destroyed the old occupations. Every technological transformation destroys some old technologies. It's inevitable. Handlooms were still facing. Mahatma Gandhi built a lot of his philosophy and his work around handlooms, for instance. But no matter what you do and say, handlooms are always in distress because new technology is overtaking old technologies. And therefore, rejecting new technologies is a very silly option. Because it's a very quaint, whimsical option. It doesn't have any serious relevance. How do you integrate? How do you see that the losers, they are integrated in the new economy? And if there is a market possible for the old things, how do you improve the market? You can't simply reject the new. None of us is wearing anything the old, right? And we're using the new technology. I'm not saying, look, because somebody is losing employment, I'll use the old technology. No. Book publishing has gone down thanks to this. I remember I used to do enormous amount of research when I was writing columns. I was writing 3-4 columns a week, more than professional writers. And I always took pride that there should not be a mistake when I said something. It was extremely hard work because I was traveling almost 20 days, 25 days a month, plus doing 100 other things. But today, this makes it so easy. And certainly, it has taken away many occupations of the past. So, land transfer regulations, tribal, non-tribal, scheduled areas, all these are issues. But economic growth in a responsible way is possible in today's age. If there is a mineral which is vital, whatever be the area, and if there is an economic value which is greater than the current value that is derived from that land, then we have no choice. Similarly, use of existing resources, water. I am myself a great friend of the farmers. I am widely known in the country and particularly in this part of the country as friend of the farmers. But I don't believe that when you build a dam or have water impounded, the first priority is agriculture alone. Agriculture where necessary. But if there is a greater economic use for the same quantity of water, greater value generated, greater employment created, then that has to have first priority. Drinking water must be the highest priority. So you must not have romantic notions. But it does not mean that there are going to be necessary losers. And now we have the legal framework, we have the technological framework to ensure that that reconciliation is possible. But don't take an extreme position of many of the Jholawalas who don't want economic growth and incomes and ending poverty because they have some esoteric notions about Mother Earth and environment. So as I said, I'm biased. I'm taking a strong position. I'm uncompromising. I genuinely believe that every sensible public administrator must be equally uncompromising on this issue. I don't think you can say, no, I cannot do any minimal damage also to environment if there's a mineral wealth or something else. Because then that means we cannot administer. But again, if you feel differently, it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I have my own take here. See, we have to go for cost-benefit analysis. Let us look at Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand, we know so many hydroelectric power projects have been launched there. At what cost? Over the last few years, we have seen the result. Not only in Uttarakhand, in many different parts of the world, development came at a huge cost. And then also, whose development? That also we have to look at. So there are very strong both for and against views. So in my view, again, we must take a balanced approach. We should not feel very strongly that yes, development or yes, environment. We have to take a balanced approach everywhere. After looking at, it should be our view should be case specific. In this particular case, should we go for development or environment? In that particular case, what should be our approach? So everywhere there are consequences. When the consequence is so severe that development may be counterproductive, then we must take a view that is for the better good of the society living there. So that is again my view. I just